Hello everybody, my name is Leslie Joseph. I'm an actress, but I'm also very honoured to have been asked to be patron of LEAF, a charity, Leukemia Educating and Fundraising. And I got involved with this when I went to a charity fundraising luncheon in Bournemouth, and I met a very inspirational lady called Natasha Jones. Natasha, after the birth of her second child, found out the devastating news that she was suffering from a cancer of the blood. And rather than weeping and wailing and saying, why me, she put her steely mind to setting up this charity. And I think that not only helped her get through, but she knew that by setting up this charity, she could help other people who were in the same situation. Now, this charity helps people in all sorts of ways. We've had stories where somebody's wife has been affected. He couldn't afford the fare to go and visit her. LEAF had helped him with transportation. They helped him with walking his dogs. They will help with cooking meals. They will help just by telling you what to expect by going through this dreadful illness. It would be wonderful if charities like LEAF were not needed. But in this very stressful life that we live, unfortunately, nowadays it's needed more than ever. So thank you for listening. Thank you for coming onto this website and seeing what LEAF can do. And if you in any way want to get involved, both now or in the future, because I think nearly everybody out there will know somebody who has been affected by cancer, either a friend, a family member, a loved one. It happens to all of us. And when it does happen, it's very scary and very frightening. And that is why charities like LEAF are so important, because they take a little of that scariness away, and you know that you're not going through it on your own, and there are other people out there who can help you and who can guide you through. This is Leslie Joseph. Welcome to LEAF.
I was diagnosed with leukemia in November 2005, just 3 weeks after giving birth to my son Alfie. I was immediately put into isolation for 6 months at Poole Hospital, where my newborn baby Alfie joined me. It was during this time that I was receiving treatment that things were so horrendous for my family and myself that I really wanted to turn my experience into something positive, and that is where the idea of LEAF was born.
When Natasha was first diagnosed with leukemia, we took her to the hospital expecting her just to have a small operation to cure a small infection that she had. And then we were left with the devastating news that she had leukemia. I can remember my immediate thoughts as the consultant said those words, as I'd only just 6 years before lost my son Adam at the age of 18. And I thought, this can't be happening to me again. I've lost one child, surely nobody would take a second from me.
I never imagined that I would see my children growing up, so to have been given the all clear in March 2011 was just something that I only ever dreamed of. I went on to have my miracle baby Herbie in 2008. I'm so grateful to have been given this second chance at life, and I really am not going to miss a single minute of it. It's so wonderful to see my children growing up, and it's absolutely fantastic to see the charity helping so many people.
I first came across LEAF 2 years ago, just shortly after my son Michael, who was just coming up to 18 at the time, was diagnosed with ALL, acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
My fiancée was diagnosed with leukemia. She was diagnosed with leukemia in April 2010, and when she's been treated in Bournemouth Hospital, we heard about LEAF through one of the nurses in there.
LEAF sent us as a family away to Centre Parks, which was just, I think, what everybody needed. It was a real bonding session, and we almost forgot that Mikey was sick.
There were real huge issues with her immune system and not being able to come home because of a potential infection. And in LEAF, helping with dog walkers and cleaners to come in, it gave peace of mind that we could keep the dogs. It allowed Emma to come home from stays in isolation from hospital. It really enabled me to be able to come out of work and give Emma all of my time and support and care.
During his treatment, he'd had to take quite a high dose of steroids and had put on quite a considerable amount of weight and was very conscious that he wanted to get back to fitness. Leaf funded an Esporta membership for him, which he used to go really regularly, and in fact was made an Epic Member of the Month, which was quite good for him. And although he's still in treatment, he's gone on to uni. Leaf again have supported us, and he was 21 and they made a donation to his 21st birthday party celebrations. I
haven't come across a charity that gives care and support the way that Leaf does. In my experience with other charities, they help with filling out forms for benefits and benefits entitlement and stuff like that, but real hands-on stuff like providing a weekend break for us, which was just so needed in a hotel, and the travel to Southampton when Emma was having a bone marrow transplant. I mean, all these things were so personal, and above and beyond that as well, really the personal element of the charity, of the guys and the girls working in the charity kind of coming and taking their time out to speak to us and talk to us and being there on the phone and in person all the time. It is really above and beyond anything that we ever thought.
All the way through, I think we felt that although they're a charity, they're our friends, and I'm filling up. Sorry. And in August next year, when Mikey finishes his treatment, we are hoping to have a fundraising event type party. And I personally really wanted this to focus on the fundraising, although we're absolutely over the moon that his treatment is finished, or will have finished. We just feel that Leaf do such a fantastic job, and we would really, really want to support them. So, big thank you to Leaf, because you've made a horrible experience slightly more bearable.
Since my fiancée Emma passed away in May this year, 2011, Leaf have continued to support me, not just emotionally. They've helped me with some counselling. They've offered me some holistic therapies as well. They've helped me and supported me in my phased return back into work when financially things have been very, very difficult for me. They've given me food vouchers and generally just been there to support me all the way through, and continue to be there to support me. Tasha and Emma formed a really, really good relationship, a strong relationship, and there was a common bond there. Obviously Tasha had been treated for leukemia, and Emma felt that she could talk openly with someone who could empathise and had been through it, with such a positive outlook on life around it, which is, I mean, Emma was just so positive about life, and you know, that gave her an added drive to fight the disease and to keep moving forward for the treatment that she was going through. I'm sorry.
The help that we've put in place for patients and their families is help that I really feel would have benefited myself and my family at the time of treatment. So it's really fantastic to see that there's a charity out there now that can provide support where maybe others can't.
Leaf has helped the ward by sending members of staff on courses, paying for equipment.
We have patients that are obviously feeling a little bit low with their treatment, and I think Leaf has benefited the patients by coming in and chatting, obviously, with people that have gone through the same experience.
The sentence that I would use would probably be supportive, extremely helpful to the patients, and I don't know why, but it's a personal interpretation. It would be sort of kind, I think. That would be the words that I would use to describe Leaf.
I'm really proud of the work we do raising funds for blood cancer patients living in Dorset and Hampshire. My role as a volunteer has given me the opportunity to experience so many new things, and I would now like to encourage others to spend some time volunteering. It really is extremely rewarding, and it makes such a difference to so many people's lives.
Having been through what we've been through, I really believe that giving back to other people that suffer from the same things is so important in life. And I'm just aware that there's so many people that you know kind of get affected with leukemias and blood cancers. And to be able to raise money for that and help in any way, shape or form is very, very dear to me, very close to me.
I am just so proud of all the work that goes into it. I'm proud that Natasha, when she was so ill in her hospital bed, had this wonderful thought that she wanted to help others. And I think as LEAF is progressing, it is really proving how much the charity is helping other people.
In 2011, we celebrated our 5th anniversary, and we also hope to have achieved our target of raising £100,000. Together we can make a difference.